Hello and welcome to Goonies World. I am Johnny Farrow, also known as Sean. And with me, as always, is the eponymous Goonie, also known as Colin.
Well, hello.
Hello. And sitting not very far from him, at least on my screen, is the lovely Meanie, also known as Ryan.
Very close on the screen, relatively far geographically, but, that's fine.
That's fine. And, of course, sitting right next to him on the screen is Lunicorn, also known as Lynn.
Hello!
And right underneath Lynn, in a Brady Bunch-like fashion on my screen, is the good Dr. H, also known as Zach.
That's me again. Hi.
Yeah. Would you do me a favor and just look upward really quick towards the ceiling, Zach? That's great. Now it looks like you're saying hello to Lynn on my screen. I'm sure many of our listeners know the experience of meeting via screen by now. It wasn't always that way in Goonies World, but it is now. Anyway, we are playing Mausritter, game by Isaac Williams, and we're using some stuff from Burn Pile, the zine by Matthew Morris, and later on, Chimney House by James Hanna. And there's one thing I wanted to say before I give a little recap. Is last time our mice leveled up. And one thing I didn't mention specifically at the time was that everybody got one grit. Starting at level 2, you get one grit. And I forgot to mention that last time. And so you can use that to ignore an injured condition, basically, or any condition, like frightened or exhausted. And we can talk about that if any of that stuff comes up. You can remind me, what about my grit? And then I'll say, here you go. You can kiss your grits. So that's something to make note of. Now, our hero mice, Willow, Simon, Fennel, and Squeaky, have enlisted the help of Sir Snuffles, a tough old corgi, to help them free some captive mice and fight the cat, Lord Balthazar. And you will, of course, also, to do that, need the Staff of Suetonius, the glum, star-faced mole wizard. The staff that was stolen from him by a fey raven, that is, a raven from the fairylands. And so you've enlisted the corgi's help in that, and you're now approaching the fairylands in the company of Sir Snuffles. In fact, you're riding on his back. And you've stormed all night, really, across the northeastern farmlands of the giants. And, all a corgi really wants to do is run free like a wolf. And so that's what he's doing. And he makes great time. And you cover several watches, what would have been several, 18 hours to you in about 6 hours because he's going so quickly and so much bigger than you. And none of the weasels or the snakes or anything bother you guys now. Not only because of the deal you made with the owl Glumfeather, who sent out the word you're to be protected in these lands, but you've also got Sir Snuffles with you, and he's no slouch, and everybody knows it. But he makes great time, and you travel throughout most of the night. And, however, by my reckoning, you're going to need to rest soon, or you'll become exhausted. You don't have to do it in the next 6-hour stretch, but you're going to have to do it in the next 6-hour stretch after that, so keep that in mind. You kind of think, maybe I need a nap. No, I can go on for a while. So you could sleep for a couple hours before dawn, or you could press on and maybe make all the rest of the distance before you have to sleep. What do you guys think is the better part of Valor here? Well, I'm going to stop and stretch here for a moment. Oh, yes. What? Just hop on down off the back for a moment there.
I'm just so wired all the time. I have to be told to take a nap sometimes. So I'll sleep when you guys sleep.
Well, man, I was thinking we've been riding for so long, and, I don't know if, the rhythmic motion, gets to you, but I'm really just starting to kind of do...
The rhythm is
gonna get you. Rhythm is gonna get you.
Well, yeah,
get you.
I think we ought to... I think that's a sign. We ought to take this time to get some shut-eye.
All right, then, but I recommend you all keeping a watch, and I'll take one, too. Never know, we're out here rather exposed. I understand you mice usually like to camp in thickets and whatnot. Certainly nothing out there here. Never know, but some bovine may come in here blindly, stomp upon you.
Yeah, well, I don't think we have anything to worry about with you here.
Well, that's of course correct. Not in terms of cattle. Really, mostly dealt with sheep myself, but all kinds of livestock. Never mind. You've got me to protect you now. Go ahead and get your 40 winks. We'll be up and at 'em. Reveille will blow at 0400.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, I don't know what kind of dreams you have.
Dulcet tones of Gloria Moustafon back, please. That was lulling me to sleep.
Oh, yes. Excellent. Well, we'll go ahead and get some sleep with the noble and indefatigable Sir Snuffles standing watch. And so it's really like 4 a.m.-ish when you wake up. Still be dark for a while, right? But you should at least be approaching the fairy lands, in daylight, which has got to be better, I guess, than approaching the fairy lands at night. However, you've heard that the Queen of the Fairies, has signed a treaty with the Earl. The mice and the fairies are friends. They say, of course, he says as he runs, the next morning through the deep purple of the dawn towards the north. You can see there's like a line of darkness in the north. It's actually like probably a forest or something at the edge of the plains. He says, the fairies, of course, they woke up all the animals in the region after they drove the giants out, you see. The Earl's grandfather and all the so-called lower sorts, that the giants thought of. The fairies are responsible for all of us, in a sense, our great awakening. And I have to tell you, as he gets closer and closer, this line of trees, which is like a pine barrens, basically, and there's mist, morning mist, around the edges of everything right now, but especially around the edges of that forest. And over by the forest, the mist is moving a bit in between the trunks of the trees a little more than it should. It's a rather otherworldly-looking place.
Would you say that there's smoke coming off the water here in the deep purple of the forest?
Yes, and there's even a little fire in the sky in the east as the sun colors the clouds. So, the Pine Barrens definitely look ominous and somewhat otherworldly, and as you face them in the dawn, Sir Snuffles says, one thing I didn't really mention, I'm quite fearless, never met a livestock or a medium to small-sized predator I couldn't handle, but must admit, before we go in, I've always been rather afraid of fairies in particular. But stiff upper, whatnot, yes.
Well, I'm sure it'll be okay. They wouldn't break the treaty, so yeah, I think it'll be okay.
Great magic. What they give, they can take away.
What else? What else should we be scared of? What else have you heard, Sir Snuffles? Like you're the bravest of us all, brah.
Yeah. Well, as I say, medium to small-sized predators and all forms of livestock are my specialty. Once you get into otherworldly matters, the supernatural, as it were, magic, well, that's an area that gives me room for pause, to say the least. In fact, I believe fairies used to torture me as a child psychologically. So when I was a puppy, they would take and hide my toys in various places around the house. But these were outcast fairies, barn fairies and whatnot, meant to watch over crops. Giants don't believe in the fairies anymore, and that's the way most fairies like it.
Well, we don't need any fairies like taking your paws, man. We need those paws.
Yeah, they sound mean.
Well, I don't know that they're mean, but they're quite otherworldly and quite beautiful and quite beguiling. And, well, I guess you'll see for yourself soon enough. As I say, stiff upper. Keep your wits about you. All right. And he plunges into the mists. And you see the towering... These would be towering white pines even for humans, right? So these are extra towering to you. They're like sequoia-sized as far as you guys are concerned. And you don't go very far, though, before you can hear some discussion, some chatter in the distance. Carrying the way voices will in the early morning hours. And out of the mist, you can see this circle of huge toadstools up ahead. And it's not a perfect circle, really. The toadstools, some of them, I know. Some of them, you've never even seen or heard of any of these, Willow. Your jaw's dropping. There are
Bro.
they're compounded upon each other. There are toadstools growing on toadstools, and also some really tall, conical ones that are as huge as trees to you.
Double
There's
deckers.
a circle of it, and sitting on a flat rock in the middle of it, though, you can see 3 fairies. And, I mean, they must be fairies. They're boy fairies, and yet they're still incredibly beautiful. And, in fact, one of them's hair is purple, and another one's hair is black, and another one's hair is dark, dark blue, but all of them have an identical haircut, where it's like a 90s gator do, where the one side of the hair goes down and covers one eye, right? And then the other eye has exaggerated Clockwork Orange style, mascara lines, makeup, and they're all wearing dark versions of their individual colors. And but they're sharpening weapons is what they're doing, and they're making a big pile, because you have I guess a couple seconds to see them. They're making a big pile of weapons. They're sharpening porcupine quills. They're making a big pile of them, and they're talking while they're doing it. And so that's what you can see. But I imagine, their senses are so good that they're now also becoming aware of you, as you come into their vicinity.
Well, Willow would not be subtle. In fact, he would, kind of waddle, and like his dreadlocks bouncing back and forth side to side, like, get down near the mushroom. Brah, where'd you guys get these? Oh, these are quality, bro. Where did you get these?
Oh, well, seems we have guests, friends, says the one with the black hair. And see all of you now. And I see you have I hope that your corgi friend will not prove troublesome.
No, he's very nice. He doesn't like cats, though.
Troublesome, the very thought of it. I could summon a skunk to counter you, corgi, if you're contemplating violence. You see, we don't trust many folk these days. But excuse me, where are my manners? I am Aquavelva, and these are my compatriots, Dracar Noir and Barbasol. And we are outcasts, so whatever business you seek with the fairies, we cannot help you. We certainly hope that you are not agents of this foul side of mice that have sided with the new so-called queen, are you?
Well, I don't even know anything about that.
Oh, no? To come into the Feylands so boldly? You have not done so on the so-called Queen's request?
No, we haven't heard of a queen.
No. Then perhaps, Dracar Noir, you should inform them of the current situation. Yes, says Dracar Noir. He's the one with the very dark blue-haired spider.
I was going to say, that was going to be. I was like, wait, he's not the one with the black hair? Like, okay,
sometimes we switch colors because it does get rather dull to be the same color all the time. The one thing I didn't mention specifically, they've all got like wings too. They've got butterfly wings, but they're small. They're the size of you guys, right? And they're basically like little goth Tinkerbells. But no, you see, the great Queen L'Oreal, who has the treaty with your Earl, she was overthrown by the Princess Maybelline. Now, we would not swear an oath of allegiance to her, and so we are now outcast. We intend to raise a war band and free the Queen. That's what we're up to. So what are you up to? And don't forget, I can summon Malodorous Rex, the skunk, instantly. And take good care of your corgi. You wouldn't like that, would you, corgi? Oh, wait. You look rather familiar to me, corgi. Did you once own a little plastic bone that squeaked when you bit down on it? Why, you... well, you're lucky I'm here by good honor, sir.
Fairy bros, we came here in peace, man. And you're all here provoking our corgi. We're here on a mission of peace. We're looking for the staff for this mole dude.
Well, I only wish that we had a legion of corgis ourselves.
Well, maybe
speak of this-
you shouldn't immediately make fun of him and really go after his feelings. He has feelings too, brah.
Oh, stiff upper lip, though, as you should be. Yes, enough talk about my feelings. It's embarrassing. Right. Well, what's embarrassing is you've come in peace to a land at war. As I say, the throne has been usurped, and if you seek the staff, well, you'll have to penetrate the palace of the Princess Maybelline to get it. And it's the Thornspire Castle. And you'll have to go there and sneak in. She has it, in fact, cocooned. It's in a crystal cocoon hanging in the throne room, because she cannot, alas, use it. She is not pure of heart. So it cannot be wielded, and it hangs there as a trophy. And she sends her ravens throughout the land to collect more interesting things. Meanwhile, her mother, good Queen L'Oreal, languishes in Gossamer Hollow, which is a prison. And she must be freed. So you see, you've come to a land with a lot of problems. I don't suppose you're the ones to solve them.
Well, probably not by ourselves, but maybe with your help. It kind of sounds like you should be helping. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we're raising a fairy warband. That's why we're making all these weapons.
Oh, okay.
Now, could you tell us a good way to sneak in? Tell us about the guards and all that.
Well, there are guards. There are rose guards. But I think we can help you. I think Barbasol can help you. Couldn't you, Barbasol? Yes, I suppose so, says Barbasol. And he comes over to you guys, and he flutters over, flies over and alights near you. In fact, he probably doesn't land all the way, right? He's kind of hovering there. I could, of course, give you a little taste of magic to help you through. But I don't have much magic left in me. I can't afford to divert too many magic points, he says, metagamingly, into it. Don't have enough little dots on my character sheet. But I'll give you a choice. I could give you a disguise that will make you appear to be fairies. Or I can give you a key that will unlock anything closed within the realm of fairy for 24 hours. Those are the choices I can offer you. That's the help we can give you now, says Aquavelva as he breaks in. That is what we can do. Meanwhile, we will equip our warband. If you should happen to right the wrongs in the meantime, why, we'll be your friends forever, of course.
Do we all have to pick the same choice, or can we all decide for ourselves what we want when we want?
Wave the spell upon all of you. You must decide collectively.
Well, gee, what do you guys think?
You guys are already real small and sneaky and can get around, in the shadows and under the brush and stuff, but we probably don't have an answer to open a door or a chest or things like that if we get there. Not as easy, man. I think we should go with the key.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because I know for myself, anyways, I can run real fast, and so I don't necessarily need a disguise. So a key would be very helpful for us to get in.
Well, I can do either. Do you choose key, says Barbasol?
Yes. I believe we do.
Yes, a key.
Very well. Now, this might tickle a bit. And they all laugh and giggle, and he waves his hand and releases some dust. And Willow instantly recognizes he's released some, spores, some fungus, whether it's powdered mushroom or whatever. And he kind of flings it in your direction. Is now, he says, as he blows the powder into your faces and you breathe it in. Your fingers are now more dexterous than any lockpicks could ever hope to make them. This includes any containers you may find, doors, other portals, chests, chambers, and whatnot. So, use the power well. However, we do feel you'll be walking into death.
So our fingers are the keys
That's right.
that you speak of.
Absolutely, little mouse. Your clever little mouse fingers can now open anything closed, purposely or not, in the realm of fairy. But only for 24 hours. Such powerful magic cannot last forever.
Well, then we ought to get going.
Yeah,
right away.
but real quick before we go, my fairy bros, like I really know my myconology, man. That's like my whole life, and like I've never seen mushrooms like this before. What do they do?
These are fairy mushrooms, and they can be used to create magic. And they all give jazz hands, all three of them, as if they've choreographed it. But you have to know how to put the pieces together. Yes, you have to know what to grind and in what proportions.
Like, it would be okay though if I just like took one, right? Like since we're all friends here now, we're gonna help you out. Like I could just have one. Maybe one of these real tall, spiky, like cone ones.
I don't even believe you could carry one of those, my friend. But to tell you what, this little blue one with the purple growths on it, why don't you take this one? I don't think you can do too much harm with it. You certainly can't use it for magic, but it would fit nicely into your pack by the size of it.
Yeah, bro, that's awesome. Cool.
We'll take it and anything he can tell from it.
Don't eat all of it at once, says Drakkar Noir, and then Aquavolva slaps him.
Right. Okay, yeah. Like I'm pretty familiar with like what mushrooms can do for you in a mental sense. So I think I'm good there, bro. Bro, jeez.
Well, finding the company mostly objectionable, says Sir Snuffles, I say it's time we shove off.
You still have all your paws, right? Right, bro.
That's right, but
okay.
As he's walking away, we'll speak again later about that pink rubber bone incident.
Are you getting into your feelings about the rubber bone, bro? Because we could probably find it and talk about it, and
Gentleman doesn't discuss his feelings. Stiff up. Let things slip out once too much. Nope. I'm the strong, bold commander, Iron John. That's me.
You're beautiful, man, and we'll get into those feelings. You just wait.
Well, we can assume that you got more or less directions, or that you could sniff out where to go. But you know what? In the land of fairy, if you're meant to find something, you'll find it. And if you're not, you won't. You've heard reports and rumors about the fairy lands. I mean, they don't even stay consistent. There's the forest always, but the places aren't always. Things aren't always in the same places, and the fairies are just on some other realm that mice find very difficult to comprehend. But now so you've got a couple places you could go, I guess. You've got, if you want to go directly to where the Staff of Suetonius is, you've heard you need to go to the Thornspire Castle and go in and take it out of the throne room where it's suspended in a crystal cocoon. Presumably also you could free the queen, which might facilitate that. And she's in she's in Gossamer Hollow, which is a prison, and it's actually there's a big stranglevine tree, where the vine goes around as the host tree and then like cuts off its life, and then the tree rots, and then there's just a column of stranglevine. That's where the prison is. And then in fact, I mean, you can picture yourself coming to a crossroads with like a little fairy sign, Gossamer Hollow pointing in one direction, and Thornspire Castle in the other. There's also a lot of ecologically inappropriate flowers around here. I'll mention that anyone who is fond of flowers would certainly notice. But there's like red middle mist and orchids, stuff that shouldn't grow here. Black bat flower, and it almost has bat-like wings. And it's just a very strange place. A lot of cobwebs, a lot of fireflies, even out in the daytime. Different colored fireflies, not just, orange. So it's a magical place, but where do you think's the best place to go?
Well, so if we if we free the princess, we stand a better chance, I think, of getting into the and getting the staff. You know, I don't even know how to get the staff out of the crystal. You know, it might take magic to do that.
Yeah, well, or of course, I will clarify: the queen is captured. The Queen L'Oreal was overthrown by the Princess Maybelline.
Yeah. So we could try freeing the queen first, but of course that would, that adds to the danger that we have to undertake.
Yeah, but like, I think it'd be good to have an inn with the Queen of the Faeries, bro. Like, that could be real useful.
Yeah, plus it would probably provide a pretty good distraction, because the Queen's supporters will be right there ready to protect her, and then we can get our artifact.
Well, once they see her, yeah. That sounds like a good plan to me. It could go either way.
All right.
I think, do I hear a consensus here? Or?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, after hesitating before the helpfully placed signposts, you veer off to your right. And soon, sure enough, you see the Stranglevine tree. Just great. It doesn't look hollow, of course. You can't see through it everywhere. But every now and then, a glint of light comes through it. And it's nasty. It looks like a wicked tree. A tree with bad intentions. And there's not like any guards outside, though. There's really not even any birds around. And no large animals. Well, there are a lot of insects writhing in the ground. Worms and centipedes and other things that don't really bother you, but they're in a lot of profusion here. But you can get closer and closer, and there's a clear entrance to it. It's a heavy, mossy smell of like mud and damper. Not entirely unpleasant, coming from it. Do you want to poke your heads in? You might have to light a torch, I guess. So somebody should do that. Mark off a torch.
I'll light a torch. I'm marking it off.
Well, when you light the torch, you see there's a basin and a puddle that's collected underneath the tree. It's pretty big, from your perspective. It's like a almost gymnasium-sized room. And there's a puddle in the middle. And there is a glass acorn with a fairy woman in it on the opposite side. But sitting in between you and it, and about twice your size, is a bog sprite. And he looks like he's made of mud and has moss for hair. And he's kind of halfway sitting in the mud puddle that's collected at the bottom. He seems to be the only guardian. Hello, he says.
Hello.
Put that.
We're here to free the Queen.
Oh, free the Queen. Oh, well, I'm sorry. I was.
Well, we've got orders directly from the princess. Free the Queen.
That's something else entirely, because I was told by the princess to stay here, and if anyone should try to free the Queen from the glass acorn, that I was to, beat the shit out of them, basically.
Well, that's old orders. Yeah, but I've got. Well, you should have been notified.
Well, I suppose you know the password then.
Well, I suppose you know the new password.
No, I only know the old password. It's Bellwether. Don't.
Well, that's no good anymore.
Well, what's the new password? Wait a minute, I don't even believe you.
Well, the new password is Cummerbun, because it goes alphabetically A, B, C, and the next one would start with C, so it's Cummerbun.
Well, that does make a sort of sense, I suppose, but no. I tell you, I didn't want this job, but it's hard to get work these days as a bog sprite. You know,
You
no one's throwing virgins into bogs anymore like the good old days.
You could come with us, brah, after we free the queen, and then you go back to the princess, and she can be like, "Oh, my bog sprite, you were so wise, brah, to like let them come in with my new orders with my new password," and she could like promote you from a bog. I don't know what the next thing up from a bog sprite is, but maybe it's like I don't know, like a grass sprite or like a pond sprite. I don't know.
No, she's got no power to transform me into anything. I just work for her. I'm a mercenary. I'm no.
Well, she still could promote you.
Well, you say
I think Willow makes a really good point.
you say you're a mercenary, bro?
That's right. I don't cotton to these fairies any more than you do.
Well, what are they?
I'm not even a fairy. I'm a whole nother thing.
What are they paying you with, man?
Well, I was given a great deal of shiny things. There's two things I love. I love shiny things, and I love information. I wish that there could be some new thing that would puzzle me. In fact, I would be so happy if someone could just finally stump me in a riddle. I've won every riddle contest all through the Feylands and through the earldoms, all the boglands of the north. So I'll make you a deal. I don't believe one word of your story about being sent by the princess, and I'm not going to put my head into a noose by telling her what a great job I done by knowing the new password, Cumberbun. And meanwhile, the queen inside the glass acorn is not just stick your cried for help or done anything undignified, banged her full of fists against the glass or anything. She's calmly waiting. She's a mature and regal-looking dark fairy. Looks a lot like Morticia Adams, I suppose. Only with kind of a big veil-type hat like Winona Ryder wore in Beetlejuice. With the big brim and the veil hanging down. Anyway, so I suppose if you could either give me a great number of shiny things, or, I suppose, you know what, I got to watch my voice because I keep sounding like your corgi when I'm not careful. But you can either give me a great number of shiny things, or you can ask me a riddle, and if I can't answer it, well, I'll just walk away. How's that sound?
That sounds fun.
Because now you've got my dander up about these fairies.
I've got a really dumb riddle. I don't know if it's any good or not. I'd rather think it's stupid, but of course I know the answer. So,
well, I'm likely to know the answer no matter what, so I guess it don't matter. You might as well try stop me, but you can't.
Yeah, ask him, Simon.
All right. Well, it goes like this. I am the beginning of eternity and the end of time and space, the beginning of every end and the end of every place. I am essential to creation, yet I am beyond your comprehension. I am in the midst of darkness, yet alien to all illumination.
Well, it's easy. The answer is time.
No, I'm afraid that's not the answer, actually.
What? You mean it's not time?
No, time is an herb, isn't it? Oh, you meant time with an I. No, but that's still not the answer.
Now, how do I know you didn't just change the answer at the last minute, though? Perhaps it admits of multiple interpretations.
No, I don't think so. Would any of my friends care to try to answer it?
I like, brah, it's so easy. I couldn't even, know what the answer was.
I think Willow's got it.
No, I don't believe you have it for 1 minute. How many riddle championships have you won, eh?
I feel like a deal's a deal, brah.
Oh, you're right, of course. It's one thing a bog sprite does. He adheres to a deal. Well, I suppose better than serving these fairies. These shiny things have lost their luster anyway. It's not like to let me into your fancy shops and burn pile or chimney house or wherever you come from. Well, I suppose then you've got to tell me the answer before I go, though, just in case someone asks me it in the future, then I'll know.
Did Willow's answer seriously not just give it away?
No,
the letter E.
What? Oh, it's one of those. I hate those kind. Oh,
Well, like, we mouses, like we mises, like we spend a lot of time around cheese, and we think about the ease of the cheese a lot, and so like, it's really like second nature.
Don't like cheese.
Well, he doesn't like cheese because I think he's a gerbil, not a mouse.
it would be
I just
funny.
prefer nuts in my mouth.
Well, you prefer. You could just go climb up Richard Gere's butt. I'm sorry.
Now that the conversation's turned to mud, I suppose I better go. Because a deal is a deal. So, I'll leave you for your bum crawling or whatever else it is you have planned. All right. Well, good luck getting her out of there. That's a magically locked glass acorn. Ah, I didn't tell you that. Tell it. Goodbye then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Great. Good mother, there's a corgi out here. Warn a fellow. And, the corgi couldn't follow you in. I mean, he couldn't squeeze in, yeah. So, yeah. And so you've gotten rid of the annoying Nib the bug sprite. So now, if only you could open magically locked.
Oh,
Well, let me try.
we
Let
can
me try
open
real quick,
anything.
bro. Let me get it. Ugh. And he'll get his big spear, his two-handed sharpened cigarette. No, bro, I got this. Okay, just chill, chill
I
out,
think
Fennel. Fennel, just
you're
chill
high.
out, bro. Just chill out. Okay, I got this. Okay.
You're really high.
And run up and smack it.
He's so high he doesn't remember we were given magic to open up with our fingers.
Inside the queen sits there regally with her, however, with her eyebrows raised in incredulity at the scene that she is witnessing. But, well, I guess I would still open it, though, if you touch it at all with your magical fingers.
Oh, Willow was
Well, he
planning
used his
just to
spear.
smack it with. It's like Gimli hitting the ring in Lord of the Rings, as if no one thought to do that for 7,000 years or whatever. Like, just hit it real hard.
I suppose,
Like,
I suppose intent does matter.
Brute force.
You come in and hit it, smack it as hard as you can. She stares at you and looks at the rest of you and shakes her head. And, but there's like a clear line in the, like, this is a glass acorn with a hinge, that it's so obvious where it opens.
Like the Spinal Tap, like the cocoons that they get inside.
Yeah, it's probably more like the crystal cocoon that the staff's imprisoned in. Would probably be more like the Spinal Tap, but yeah, it's totally that sort of opening. And so I assume you guys will get it open. And she steps out. Ah, thank you. Oh, I owe you a great debt of gratitude. Did the Earl send you?
Oh, actually, some fairies that were wanting to help you and were wanting to launch a rebellion to save you are the ones that sent us.
Oh. Well, was it possibly Aquavelva and Dracar Noir and Barbasol?
oh, maybe.
Yes, they smelled wonderful.
Like Cool Water might have been one of them too, and
Cool Water, maybe.
Gillette.
I
don't know.
Cool
It was
Water.
like,
Well, there's also Cool Water and Axe and Old Spice. They should be reliable. As well as Gillette. I will not forget Gillette. He's the very best.
it's like the best a Fae can get, right? Like, yeah.
Oh, I suppose.
So like,
Well,
but they seem like outcasts, like they were outcasts. So of course Gillette's probably not been outcast because he's the best that the Fae could get. So.
Well, let me ask you, how can the Queen of Fairies reward you?
Oh, we seek a staff that the princess has stolen. She has it encased in a crystal cocoon.
Oh, yes. She's dragged that out of the attic, has she? I'm afraid the Princess Maybelline is rather headstrong. Has all the worst qualities of her father, unfortunately. And, well, you know his reputation. And of course, you...
No.
No?
We don't know any of this stuff that people are telling us.
Well, let's just say I bet you can't guess her father's name.
Cummerbund. That's the only word I know.
No, he goes by many names. Prince of Lies, Lord of Darkness, Pazuzu,
Could it be
Asmodeus.
Satan, maybe?
That's one name.
It's a church.
Yeah.
Say
I don't know her father. Satan. Yes. Well, the Queen of Faeries must maintain her powers. I do truck with the incarnations of good and evil, and time, and death, and all of them. However, I cannot give you what you ask at this moment, because the castle is not yet in my control. I must rally my troops. I must go find them. If you wish to get that soon, you must go alone. However, I will give you an enchantment that could help you, if you wish.
Oh, yes, we wish.
Yes, that would be lovely.
Please, take your preferred weapon and hold it out before you. Have them all touch. And, yeah. Just have them all touch in the middle. Touch your weapons in the center.
Oh, it's a capital H.
And,
So we're all touching swords now?
yeah, if you... Well, whatever weapon you...
You guys might have just like a sword. I've got a really big spear, so...
A big spear, you know.
Well, my sword is two-handed, to be fair.
Yeah, it's a two-handed, yeah. And I believe you have a little curvy pirate sword, don't you now? Somebody has got a sword with a bit of a curve.
I have one, but it's not my favorite. I would probably my favorite is my sling. If that counts, can I still use that? Can you magically enchant that?
That's what I'm going to do for all of you. And she touches them all once they're all touching. And for the next 24 hours, the damage these weapons do will be enhanced. And that is the protection I can give you. For you will need it, for there are many rose guards in the castle. Many of the fairies are not, in fact, loyal to the Princess Maybelline. But she has conjured the rose guards, and they have cowed many of the fairies. You know, fairies are powerless against flowers, as you know, as is widely known.
Well, as I know now.
Because they're so pretty.
That is only part of it. The flowers are far more sentient than you realize, little mouse.
Oh.
Well, now I feel bad for gnawing on flowers.
I will not trouble you with further lore, but I must go on my way. I believe I know where our friends are, probably in the mushroom circle. I will go rouse them.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
like real quick.
Yeah.
While I got you, Queen. They gave me one of these. Do you want a nip before you go?
I'm afraid it doesn't work that way, and don't eat that whole thing at once, she says, giggling.
That's what they said too, brah.
She unfolds some great big black butterfly wings and zips out of there, and you hear a frightened yelp from Sir Snuffles. She zips out. Well, rather startled me, that's all.
So it's okay, brah, but did it make you feel something?
Well, I suppose in the right setting I might be persuaded to speak of my feelings, say, if there's a circle of, little circle, perhaps a bit of dog food in the middle.
Like, yeah, man, like, when we get done with this, we're going to get you a big old circle of plastic squeaky dog bones, and then you can just, like, sit in the middle and you can tell us how you feel about all kinds of stuff.
Tough old boy, I'm not a puppy anymore. I wouldn't say something as stupid as a stupid, dumb plastic bone that's pink and really just so satisfying to knock down on, and when you do there's a little squeak and it's like so hilarious, but well, it was rather foolish when I was a child, excuse me.
I think that squeaky toys are bad because the squeak is trying to emulate a little furry critter, in its dying moments, And so I objected. I've always objected to squeaky
Well, you
toys,
should
so-
see. You should see the cat toys. Lady Pudding has quite a few terrible ones you would hate. Shaped like mice, in fact.
Gosh.
So what are we doing? Storming the castle?
Yeah, kinda, right?
Yeah, we've got enhanced weapons, and you know, I don't think we could sneak in. You know, it's heavily guarded, and yeah, I think we just go in hot and heavy and destroy all the rose guards.
Oh, and we can yell, "God save the Queen!"
Yes. Rather,
Yes,
that
Queen.
rather resonates with me somehow. I don't know why, says Sir Snuffles. Yes. It's got a nice ring to it. Well, in that case, I guess I'll go back to the signpost and follow the left-hand path. And he does. And but you see there are fairies like flying past you, higher up in the trees above you, though. Not attacking you or messing with you, but like they're flocking to the south, like word is out, like maybe they're starting to join the Queen and Aquavelva and Dracar Noir and all those other fairies, you know, like, I guess Clinique. Let's not forget all the female fairies. And, Estee Lauder. Yeah. Is Neutrogena a boy fairy or girl fairy? It doesn't matter anymore these
Maybe-
days.
I do
Fairy land.
believe
It's
Neutrogena
It's
is
gender neutral.
Unisex.
Yeah,
Genetics.
yeah. Or Eternity would be another one.
Eternity,
Yeah.
Obsession,
yeah.
but no one wants that
Obsession,
kind of-
right? That's not the kind of fae that you want to end up, you know, with.
Yeah.
So.
Well, hopefully they can get like a larger force together, you know, for a total castle takeover, and you guys might be able to manage like more of a smash and grab, you know, during the chaos is probably the best scenario. But you might not have time to wait around for, you know, the full triumph, because heck, for all you know, those mice are already being, you know, shipped off to Lord Balthazar right now. You've still got to get to the rat hideout, you know, over by Chimney House. You don't know exactly where it is, just near Chimney House. But I assume that you'll want to be making your time, and indeed, I assume you just ride on our Corgi friend's back. So he comes rushing up at, but he almost stops when he goes out into the clearing and sees Thornspire Castle. It looks like, you know, 100,000 oversized rose bushes have all grown together in this twisted spire that goes up like 30 or 40 feet of human-sized feet. So again, this is just immense thing, almost mountainous, you know. And it's got the most awful, evil aspect in the world. When you look up to it, if it was filmed, the windows and great, you know, entryway would be strategically placed where it looked like an evil face, almost, you know. And yet, there's black roses all over it. It's still in bloom, but all the roses are black. And the thorns are, you know, very substantial. And so Sir Snuffles, I guess, unless instructed otherwise, you know, he says, "God save the Queen!" and charges towards the gate. Well, with you guys, you know, about now in his enthusiasm, he's forgotten, you know, he's got little mice on his back. But so far, you guys haven't had to fall off yet. It's not coming now, but you're, you know, definitely lurching and uncomfortable as he charges towards the doorway. And this great gaping opening, it's like huge and portcullis size to you, right? It's like a doorway 3 or 4 stories tall from your perspective. Comes out a flood of what must be the Rose Guard. Because these are basically magically animated roses. Except these are bright red and beautiful. And in the center of their petals, you know, there's an angry little red face, snarling red face. And some of their arms have been adapted. You know, they'll have a branch will be adapted to where some of his claws are very long at the end, where it almost looks like they're holding swords. And they move around on roots that are going back into, you can see where their roots end, right? They're trailing along. They're upright like a snake might be if his bottom half was still on the ground. And those roots trail off into the darkness, as if they're attached to something very far away. But they're in the way, and you have to fight them. You're not at all surprised, though, because you are charging into them. And I'm going to go ahead and... So you guys will go first, but I'm going to go ahead and start with our good friend, Sir Snuffles, right? When this happens, you guys are still on his back. He plows into them. He is a warband-sized creature. So he's going to do enhanced damage to them. But he comes into like a cluster of 4 of them where they are together. And picks one up in his teeth. And it already is going to have to save critical damage. And he rips that one up and throws it to the ground. 3 more of them crowd around him. He might be able to keep them occupied. They would leave 1 each for the rest of you. And they tower up above you. And what do you do, Willow?
Well, I would. Willow will get out his spear, and so we have dismounted from the corgi.
Well, I don't know. No, I think you're still up there.
Oh, well, then he would.
all one great big awesome move.
Yeah, just spear in hand. Maybe even use it to kind of pole vault. Not the sticky side, not the pointy side,
right.
The other side. Pole vaults his way off of our canine friend. Maybe a couple Xena warrior princess kind of twirls in the air and just come down, basically trying to skewer from the top tip to the ground. One of these just straight down through it with his spear.
Well, no, that's kind of stunt that might give you enhanced damage anyway, but you've already got it, and so it's with much color that you roll your d12 as you do this. And hopefully you can put down this rose guard as simply and easily as our good Corky friend did.
That's an 11.
Oh, my goodness, an 11. That's going to take him down. He's going to roll a 7 or less tonight, and he rolls a 13. So, these rather ephemeral rose guard, that one does. It splits right from top to, right through the center of the petal all the way down the central stalk, and it falls down in 2 halves that writhe around for a little bit, before the magical spell that's animated it goes away. And then, how about Simon? What do you do?
Well, I do have... excuse me, I do have an enhanced damage now sword.
Yes, you do.
So it seems...
Because you'll slide off that corgi and attack one, too.
Yes, I think I shall. Oh, poop. Unfortunately, that's just a 3.
Well, you know what? The 3 is better than a 1. Okay.
By a couple, yes.
Yeah. And how about Fennel?
We'll start slinging.
I'm going to stay up on the back of the corgi and sling from there and say,
yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So I love the image of that. It's like guys on a war elephant, and yeah. So you sling at another of the rose guards. As I say, there was 1 for each of you.
And I got a 5.
Okay, well, it does not, immediately collapse, but you can tell you're wearing these things down. And finally, how about Squeaky?
Okay, Squeaky is gonna take a run and jump. She's gonna pull a Legolas move, and she's gonna slide right down that corgi's nose and onto the ground and attack one of these fairies.
All right.
When she's sliding, when she hits that wet nose, she squeaks a little.
Yeah, and though it gives you a little bit of momentum, though.
And it gives me a little boost.
Well, okay.
Oh, only a 4.
Only a 4. Okay. All right, and now it's their turn, of course. And Lynn, that one smacks you with this with 2 thorn arms at once.
Oh.
But I rolled 2d6, but I'm only going to pick the highest one. All right, so not going to add the. So you take 3 HP of damage. Meanwhile, Simon, that one in front of you does 2 to you, and unfortunately, Fennel takes 5, and the 3 that were attacking the corgi all attack the corgi, but they can't hurt him, as they're starting to figure out, because he's a warband-sized creature, and they're not a detachment; they're individual. So they don't automatically know that, and it takes them about a round to figure that out. And I don't think there's anyone left to attack Willow. And now we'll go back to you guys. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same order. The order could be whatever you guys want in terms of the order you guys go in. But for consistency for now, I'll have our good corgi friend see if he can't just rip up another one of those, which she rolls an 11, which is going to do it, as we know. That means I got to roll a 7. Nope, I have a 16. And so, that corgi, every time he picks one up and just shakes it back and forth with his teeth, it falls to pieces. There's still 2 of them there, but they've realized they can't hurt him at this point. And it's now your guys' turn. And Willow, what do you do?
Similar. Use the big old spear as a pole vault. Vault over my diminutive friend Simon, and take a nice swipe down on his with the spear.
Okay.
And that will be a 8.
Okay, 8. Now that has gotten us down to critical. I have to roll a 6 or less for this friend. No, I have to roll a 4 or less for this friend to stay up, and I don't. I roll an 18. So the one that was in front of Simon is now gone. And now, Simon, what do you do? He's just running and killed the one right in front of you. There's still 2 on each of your friends and 2 fighting the corgi, although they don't seem to be able to hurt it.
Simon's muted. Simon doesn't say.
God damn it. Yeah, so not being too concerned about the ones fighting the corgi, since they're not able to do much, considering that he's a regiment. So, I will randomly choose one of the other subsets of 2, and that will be 8 points for somebody. I don't even care who, really. Just
you're swinging around with that sword like you just don't, swinging it in the air like you just don't care, and you, for 2 points of damage, hit the one right near Lynn, which puts it exactly at 0. And so anything you do further to it's going to be straight up strength killing damage. And how about Fennel? Still up there slinging. But that other one's, but he's come up pretty close to the dog now, whereas, tall arms have been able to reach you.
Well, I'm going to sling a rock right into its little rosebuds.
Little rosebuds. Do it. Right in the buds.
God damn it. I rolled the 4.
Okay. But you'd already done 5 to it, so that's good. He's now through 5 or less, or he will not avoid critical damage. Rolls a 6. So that one's gone too. And then,
all right,
I believe. God, that's all of them, right? Except for the ones fighting the corgi. Yeah. I think. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because Zach's killed 2. And okay, so the ones fighting the corgi, I think we can take it as read. They're not going to run away because it's not what they're magicked to do. But they're torn apart over the next few seconds as you catch your breath. And you have maybe a few minutes. You could take a short rest here before you go any further.
Yeah. And there's we're resting. I'm sure there's loose rose petals.
Yeah.
Down
I love that.
When they're
I love that.
Torn off.
Yeah, loose rose petals fall down as you rest. But just towards the end of your rest, when you're just starting to feel like you get up and move on with confidence, you hear a great rustling, great sound of many rustling roots deeper in the tunnel, and suddenly dozens and dozens and dozens of rose guards come charging towards the opening where you are. But fortuitously, in that moment, at the edge of the woods, dozens and dozens and dozens of fairies come storming in. You guys find yourselves right in the middle of those 2 detachments that are about to clash. And that's where we'll go ahead and stop for now, here on Goonies World. So everybody get out. Go home. Go home.
Bye.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom.
Hey everyone, if you like this podcast, consider leaving us a good rating and/or review, and subscribe to us wherever you can. We've got a YouTube channel and a Discord server, as well as merchandise available at TeePublic. Find our website at GooniesWorldPodcast.com. Email us at GooniesWorldPodcast@gmail.com. You can find all those links and more at Linktree/GooniesWorld.
Thanks for listening.